Part 2 of the series opens up in Alabama, where Mitch is experimenting with the wolf's blood inside a college lab, without informing the college authorities. Jamie can be seen looking out for him at the lab door, while Chloe and Jackson are waiting for them outside the college premises. During the experiment, Mitch finds a strange bacteria present in the wolf's blood, and claims that it is not natural, but human-made. He also mentions that the bacteria end up inside the wolf through the cycle of the food chain. At the same time, Jackson shows Chloe the name that Evan Lee has written all over the Bible, Leo Butler. Meanwhile, the class of college students gets over, and the students start storming out of their classes. Seeing this, Jamie calls Mitch and warns him about the situation. Mitch then collects his belongings and exits the lab in time, just before the students enter inside. Both of them run out of the college premises and enter the car waiting for them outside. In the following scene, the group is at a bar discussing their findings. Chloe is talking over the phone, while Mitch explains to others about the bacteria he found in the wolf's blood. He states that the bacteria contains a signature, a string of molecules in a specific pattern, and claims that it is specifically created by a scientist. Abraham suggests that they find the scientist and talk to him, but Mitch replies that the signature is not easy to decode and he has no idea who created it. Following this, he also mentions that he has sent the signature to one of his MIT colleagues and is hoping that he will help him get some info about it. After some time, Mitch receives a call, and he walks aside to speak in private. Chloe approaches the group and informs them that their next destination will be Rio. While others inquire about going to Rio, Chloe tells them that bats are behaving strangely there and are swarming around in large numbers, covering the solar panels and telephone lines. Hearing this, Jackson mentions that he wants to stay there and search for Leo Butler. Surprisingly, Mitch also returns and informs the group that he got the name of the scientist who created the bacteria, and it is Leo Butler. As soon as Chloe hears the name, she suggests Jamie and Jackson stay there to search for Leo Butler, while the rest of the group travels to Rio. Later, while Jackson and Jamie are trying to find the location of Leo Butler, Agent Ben visits them at their hotel room and inquires about what they are up to. Sadly, the two are compelled to tell him everything about Leo Butler and take Ben to his suspected location in the middle of the woods. On the other hand, Chloe and others notice a large swarm of bats circling around the city of Rio, which is very unusual. The scene then shifts to Boston, where a little girl, Clementine, is playing with her pet dog, Henry. Suddenly, Henry barks and Clementine gets a seizure. In no time, her parents arrive there and pick her up from the floor. It seems like Clementine is suffering from some kind of serious disease, and Henry is well aware of the time she frequently gets seizures. Meanwhile, in Rio, Chloe, Abraham, and Mitch meet with the concerned authority and discuss what they are planning to control the bats. When the head of the authority mentions that they are planning to use Indrin, a harmful insecticide, to control bats, Mitch tells them that it is very dangerous as it may also affect humans. Sadly, the authority replies to them that they have no choices left and leaves the place. On the other hand, Ben, Jackson, and Jamie arrive at Leo Butler's hiding place and start searching for him around the house. Soon, they hear some footsteps, and when Leo tries to run away, Jackson knocks him down with a solid punch to his face. Following this, they take him inside the house and inquire about the bacteria and Reiden Global. At first, he refuses to give them answers, but when Jamie starts talking to him, reminding him of his charities, he complies and starts telling them about the bacteria. Leo reveals to them that Reiden uses a special kind of element called the mother cell, which helps them to make their product effective, cheap, and efficient. He also makes it clear that the element is so rare, but Reiden uses it in almost every product, and that the element is definitely responsible for the animal's aberrant behavior. Later at night, the group in Rio goes to the slum areas, where the bats are swarming. They are there to get a bat for their experiment, but to their bad luck, a group of mafias approach them and threaten them. Abraham realizes their motive and sends them away by giving them a fair amount of money. After this, Mitch grabs a seemingly dead bat and puts it inside a box for the experiment. Next, Mitch can be seen examining the bat in their hotel room, and he figures out that the bat's pupil has changed. Suddenly, the bat comes to life, making him and Chloe afraid. Back in Alabama, Jamie persuades Leo to retrieve some mother cells for the experiment. Jackson and Ben suggest they go with Leo, but Leo refuses and asks Jamie to accompany her. After Leo and Jamie leave, Ben hacks into Leo's computer and tracks him by accessing his phone and turning on his GPS. Leo has no idea about it. He stops his car in the middle of a silent road and asks Jamie to remain inside while he gets the mother's cell. In the next scene, Clementine is waiting for her stepfather, Justin, to arrive home with her dog. Later, Justin arrives home and tells his wife, Ada, that Henry got hit by a car and they need $3,000 to treat him. Facing financial difficulty, Justin suggests Ada call her ex-husband and Clementine's father, but she refuses to do so. Clementine can be seen hearing all this, standing behind the door. Inside the hotel in Rio, Chloe gets attacked by a bat while she is talking to Jackson on the phone. She then discusses with Abraham and Mitch and deduces that bats are attracted to electromagnetic waves, and they need to create an antenna emitting M waves and place it between the woods to divert the bats away from the city. Sometime later, Justin returns home with Henry and hands it to Clementine along with his medications. Clementine then expresses her gratitude to her parents and takes Henry with her. The camera then zooms on Henry's medications, and we get to know that the tablets are manufactured by Reiden Global. Besides the medication, there is a photo of Mitch and it is revealed that he is the actual father of Clementine. In the following scene, Leo returns with the mother cell inside a container and hands it over to Jamie. Right then, he realizes that the GPS on his mobile phone is on and he is being tracked. He accuses Jamie of all this, but she seems to have no idea about it. Suddenly, something crashes into the car and the car flips upside down. Leo dies on the spot and Jamie is seriously injured. Out of nowhere, Evan Lee appears there and asks Jamie about the mother cell. He notices the mother cell on the dashboard of the car and drives away after taking it, leaving Jamie in the same condition. On the other hand, Chloe and Mitch visit the slum areas to get a mobile tower suitable to create the M waves, but are captured by Gustavo Silva and his men. Gustavo takes them to an abandoned building and assumes that they are there to expose his business. He then locks them inside a room and threatens to kill them if they do not find a solution to the existing bat problem in the city. The next day, Jackson and Ben arrive at the accident spot and rescue Jamie. Jamie tells them how Evan attacked them and took away the mother cell. Following this, Jackson asks her what Evan Lee was wearing and which direction he drove away, but Jamie is unable to remember any of it. Then Jackson compares the two photos of Evan Lee and deduces that his pupils are blown and changed and suspects that it might be the reason he is behaving strangely. Back in Rio, Gustavo returns to Mitch and Chloe and inquires if they have found any solution for him. Chloe tells him that if they will get the supplies they require, they can build the antenna from scratch and help him send the bat away. After listening to this, Gustavo decides to provide them with the supplies and also makes it clear that it is their last chance. Later, Gustavo's men bring all the materials they ordered to build an antenna. Mitch asks Chloe why she lied to Gustavo, and she replies that she just wants to buy some more time so that Abraham can find them and rescue them. Meanwhile, Ben asks Jamie to relax and inquires about the accident in a calm and composed manner. Following Ben's instructions, Jamie surprisingly has a clearer vision of her accident and provides Ben with the information about Evan Lee's truck and his license plate, surprising everyone. In the following scene, Evan Lee pulls up in front of an eye clinic and closes the door after he walks inside. He then approaches the doctor and asks him to pull out a sample from his eye's pupil. At first, the doctor refuses to do so, but later when Evan threatens to kill him, he agrees and with the help of a long needle, pulls out a sample of blood from Evan's left eye. Evan then uses the sample, mixes it with some grinded pieces of mother cell, and asks the doctor to inject it back. At the same time, Jamie finds out the location of Evan Lee with the help of her social media contacts, and heads toward the place along with Jackson and Ben. Just when the doctor is injecting the mixture back into Evan Lee's eyes, Jackson and Jamie enter the clinic and ask him if he knows Robert Oz. Enraged, Evan Lee replies to Jackson that Robert is the one who did that to him, surprising Jackson. Hearing this, Ben asks Jackson and Jamie to walk out of the clinic while he handles Evan. After failing to persuade Senorita Machado, the head of the authorities in Rio, to rescue his friends from Gustavo Silva, Abraham goes on his own and captures one of Gustavo's close men. He then holds the man at gunpoint and reaches Gustavo, ordering him to set free his friends. Having no other choice, Gustavo calls his man who is guarding Mitch and Chloe and asks him to let them go. Surprisingly, Mitch and Chloe hand over the M generating device and walk away from the place. Abraham also leaves Gustavo and his men and exits the building. Enraged, Gustavo starts hitting his man who got captured by Abraham. To his surprise, Abraham returns and punches him back, saving the man whom Gustavo was hitting. While he leaves, he notices the M generating device working and bats flying away from the area. The scene then shifts back to Alabama where Ben visits Jamie in her hotel room and tries to flirt with her. Jamie also falls for his cheesy lines, kisses him, and asks him to come inside her room. Unbeknownst to her, when she enters the bathroom to change her clothes, Ben starts searching her belongings, trying to find the mother's cell. At the same time, Jackson, who is at the hotel's cafe, watches the news and finds out Ben killed the doctor and Evan Lee inside the clinic. He then immediately leaves the cafe and tries to call Jamie to inform her about the situation. Jamie picks up the call, but Ben is standing right in front of her when Jackson tells him that Ben murdered Evan and the doctor. Ben pulls out her phone and asks her to give him the mother cell. When she refuses, he ties her with an electric wire, leaves her on the floor, and begins searching for the mother cell. To his bad luck, when he finds the mother cell and is about to leave the room, Jackson notices him and chases him. There ensues a chase followed by a fight between the two. When Ben is about to knock Jackson out, Jamie arrives there and shoots Ben with his gun, killing him on the spot. In the last scene, Mitch calls his daughter Clementine and speaks to her for some time. Since he hasn't met her for many years, Clementine doesn't talk to him for long and cuts the call short. The episode ends with Jackson and Jamie meeting up with Chloe, Abraham, and Mitch and informing them that they have the mother cell. Subscribe to see more videos like this, turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching.